Sheikh, I am 18 and I want to get married, and I recently got a proposal, and my parents like him and I also like him, and the guy also likes me back, but my parents want to delay the nikah because they demand a mahr that I don't agree with, and it's pretty high, and the guy can't afford it, and they want to delay the nikah till he can afford the mahr. But me and the guy, we both fear that we're gonna fall into haram and we're gonna commit zina. So what can I do?
Taqwa, your name means fearing Allah Azza wa Jal, which includes all types of virtues and righteousness and piety. How is it possible for a person to fall into zina if he's abiding by the laws of Allah Azza wa Jal? It is not possible. Falling into haram has prerequisites. It doesn't happen just like that. So there has to be premarital communication and relationships. There has to be continuous chit-chatting and socializing and phone calls and texting. There has to be meetings without the knowledge of your parents and the public. There has to be haram step by step that shaitan grooms and caters for. If you have fallen into these footsteps of shaitan, you're doomed. And we cannot justify wrongdoings due to other wrongdoings, which means that two wrongs don't make a right. If you're unable to get married due to constraints and obstacles that your parents place, that does not justify you to go and marry behind their backs, because such a marriage is invalid. And it's as worse as committing zina. So number one, fear Allah and cut all means of communication with this boy. Because if he was a practicing righteous person, he would not have communicated with you before marriage at all. Full stop. Secondly, try to convince your parents, especially your father, because he's the one who's got the lead in his hand. He's got the keys. If he says yes, it doesn't matter what everyone else in the family says. If he says no, even if the whole family and the tribe approve of this marriage, the marriage is invalid. Try to convince your father that you have to get married soon, that you fear fitna upon yourself, going to uni, meeting this boy, getting phone calls, etc. It's very hard for you and you don't want to fall into haram. Be blunt, straightforward. If he does not agree, in this case, you have to cut all communications, which we have done in step one, but forget about this boy totally and consider him not existing. He died. And focus on your life, focus on getting closer to Allah, focus on your studies if you're studying, because there's no way you can get married to him without your father's approval, and Allah Azza wa Jal knows best.